Obviously, they do things in a way that inspires hateful explanations. It doesn't take a genius to know that when you try to coerce someone like me, who's willing to sacrifice everything for the truth on the way out, all you're doing is inspiring more harsh explanations, a more intensely harsh explanation in regards to your group. It doesn't take a genius to see that they've tried to coerce me as groups, as large groups of people, but not a single person has submitted to the top martial artist to ensure some kind of calm and favorable explanation for their group. So not only is it true that they deserve to be chastised and rebuked, but they haven't done the obvious in regards to what to do to bring a more favorable explanation. And then they try to coerce on top of that. You're a fool if you don't see my ways. It's open and shut. This whole video is open and shut. Let's look at the case of the Spanish. All right, the spin eyes, if you will. RNA is the male gene expression. The reason why I'm more like my father than my mother is because of RNA. It's how the gene expresses itself, not just in looks, but in behavior. A man is like his father, like son. Before we knew RNA was the gene expression, people said like father, like son. The martial artists saw it that way. The true martial artists, the scientists eventually saw it that way. And obviously, man in general saw it that way. Okay? Keep this in mind. This is key. This is a key concept. Write it down. Like father, like son, RNA, and the martial art traditions of a patriarchal line. Okay? So what we see here is that there's vested interest with the white supremacists and the Hispanic community, the Native community, and damn near every community out there these days. The idea is that a survivor female who has betrayed her culture and the warriors and martyrs and martial arts heroes from her culture can provide a link for her descendants who are the product of that betrayal to that culture. That by itself is open and shut. Bullshit, I reject it. Any man with heart should reject that. Now, I go as far as to say most people, subconsciously or otherwise, do reject that. They just are playing the game. This is why in the Bible it says, the whore that rode the beast. All right, she's a fair weather slut. Would you marry a woman if you knew that as soon as the going got tough, like most American wives, for example, that they would leave? Most marriages, I've been told, divorce because of things that have to do with money. This is why the provider argument is so despicable. Not only is that argument despicable as it is, you should marry based on principles, not money. Even if the guy can't afford to keep you. If he's more righteous than other guys, you should be with him. You're better off with a righteous man in a cardboard fucking box than with some good provider trying to meet halfway in a middle class area, and we will get to that momentarily. The truth favors God. Everything else favors the devil. Meeting halfway with half-truth favors the devil. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And he's not the only one who sees it that way. I'm the top martial artist. I see it that way. Anybody with heart sees it that way. The heart, okay, the truth is what creates the righteous indignation. Reality-based justice, then love, then the brain grows because in the hippocampus and so on, because of the martial arts and the intense physical activity, which on record causes growth of these parts of the brain, increase in volume, and increase in brain function. So let's look at this, shall we? The idea of they're doing this in spite of RNA and the martyrs. Okay. Even if everything else was wrong, that by itself is open and shut. Boom. You know, what are you connecting to in your culture? The fact that your people used to take a piss in the woods or something? Oh, my people used to piss in the woods. That's stupid. If it is not the martial arts structure of your culture, it ain't shit. You have to understand that. It's the same thing today with this culture. If it is not martial art truth in America, it's garbage. It's media bullshit. It's propaganda, psyop, plug little kids in the butt type of bullshit, whether it happens in the church or in some fucking scientific fucking lodge. Okay? Number one, their argument starts with the warrior is wrong and the survivor is right. As they twist that. They're the survivors. They're not warriors. They're survivors. It is hopeless. How many times do I have to go over it? It is hopeless right now. Okay? Your argument starts off with, okay, guys, let's get together and survive. And obviously, when being a survivor is emphasized over morality, you're a slave. Whoever can help you survive in a way that you deem acceptable is your master. So they start off dead wrong. They start off with the martyr, the martial art hero is wrong, the survivor is right. It moves on to the female. The whore that rode the beast is your link to your patriarchal culture. And if it wasn't a patriarchal culture, let's face it, with all due respect, it's on some bitch shit. Literally. Okay? I mean, come on. Really? Really? You don't see it that way? Really? My goodness. Oh, yeah. You know, it's like saying, no, some angry black bitch in the ghetto is superior to fucking Shaka Zulu in his glory or Narmer. It's stupid to see it that way. Some PMSing slut cannot compare to Shaka Zulu or Narmer. Okay? Number 3. They're rolling with the oppressor ship. Why they do this. Okay? You're rolling with the oppressor ship. Okay? This is the man. The RNA is expressing himself, and you write shipmate, relationship, sponsorship. Okay? Shipping and receiving. Right? Receptivity. You're rolling with the oppressor ship while you're saying, hey, I am actually, no, you're not a Native American. Okay? You're not, you're a Mexican, which is basically Spanish heavy, but you're not a Native American. Okay, in America, you're white. You're an American, but you're not a Native American. Those guys are dead. The people who truly represented their culture are gone. Boom. There was no profound spiritual link to them and God saying, you got to keep me alive. No. Show me that in their community. Stated philosophy. Show me the spiritual link in their community. No one makes that argument. They're on some fucking left-wing, democratize any king's power the first chance you get type of bitch shit. Okay? With all due respect, this thing has to be said, right? I'm the one honoring the warriors from your culture, not you. So before you get mad at me, remember, you're taking the bitch's part. I'm taking the hero's part. Number 4, the feminist is telling the story on top of that. So not only are you taking the survivor's part from the beginning and saying the warrior's wrong, not only are you then advancing to saying the female is the link to your culture, an authentic link. Some slut who sold your fucking race out is an authentic link to the martial art warrior-based culture. Then you're rolling with the oppressor ship while you're doing it as a controlled opposition person. Okay? But, and not only the RNA expression of the oppressor who killed them off, but you're letting the feminist tell the story in a way that favors the feminist on top of that. Don't you see how sick that is? So let's look at this idea of truths and half-truths. Now, I'm not trying to offend anybody. Again, they earned that harsh expression. Are there a bunch of hot Native American chicks here? Are there a bunch of hot black chicks here? Are there a bunch of hot white chicks? Da-da-da-da. No. This has to be said, and people have been trying to coerce me and gang stalk me to keep me from saying it. All right. So Jesus says he's the way, the truth, and the life. The devil says, hey, I'll meet him halfway. He's not being reasonable. The devil's saying he's not being reasonable because I'm trying to meet him halfway. He's not trying to meet me halfway. A half-truth is a lie. That's leading people astray. Halfway between God and the devil is leading people astray. Jesus says no one gets to heaven by me. If he meets the devil halfway, what does he say? Well, no one gets to heaven but by me and, the least of my brethren, or rather some neutral party. No. No one gets to heaven by him. If the Bible is correct, that is the fucking, the truth. There is no half-truth. There is no halfway. It's the same thing with the martial art martyr and the feminist survivorship. Okay? The martial art martyr is the representative of the culture. The martial art king is the king of the culture. He defines the culture. Meeting halfway? Well, that's not entirely the case. No, he doesn't define the culture. Maybe his wife. She's a woman. She's connected to him. That's about halfway, right? Anything else is just a lie. So either you're siding with the truth, and that's actually your culture, or you're on some fantasy, half-ass, half-truth bullshit that's taking the bitch's part. Just like with the devil, the bitch, right? Now think about this. The attractive female is a monster, and the motivational force for the selfish corporate oppressor that pretends to care at this point. Thousands of years ago, there were attractive women that submitted. But now they have bred toward, wait for it, listen carefully, a female that not only is willing to behave in a way that corporate America, for example, wants them to behave, but actually is the beast that they have forged to behave that way. Not just someone pretending to behave that way to survive, but they have been bred to be a beast. Bred, be red, the color of evil, the color of the devil's skin. Okay? Reproduction, reproduction. Okay? When they asked Jesus, Pilate asked Jesus, you know, in the movie The Great Story of the Torah, at least, he said, you claim to be the Son of God. Which one? Mars, Jupiter. He said, the Lord thy God is one. Well, the answer to that question is, I am the son of Ra, the true idea of what God is. You break down what those deities are. They are rape cult ideas, nothing more, nothing less. No one can say otherwise. I'll give you $1,000, you can prove otherwise. They are rape cult ideas. Okay? That's all they are. Ra is the idea in the, you know, we'll call it the pagan world. Whatever, even if you want to call it pagan, fine. If a pagan plants a seed and it grows a plant, is that not a plant because that was a pagan? No, that's still a plant. Truth is truth. The truth in the pagan world was that Ra actually refers to the idea of a creator God, the core of that God that is the force that creates the universe. I am the son of the truth and the true description of God. Okay? And the opposite of that is... And so the force that moves me is the truth. The force that moves everyone else is survival, which comes with the woman, right? You impregnate the woman, she carries the baby for this time. She has the option to either get a legal abortion or kill herself or abort the baby. Okay? She can hide from you. She has the power. She is the motivational force for the selfish corporate oppressor that pretends to care. So either you worship God or you worship Mother Earth, the idea of the female energy, and when she tries to exert force unnecessarily, she's fucked in the, excuse me, when she tries to express power, you know, and she tries to take charge, what is taking charge? Whether or not she's on her period, she's fucked in the head. Now, I'm not saying in the corporate office place she can't be a CEO or something. I don't give a shit. That belongs to the devil. Render unto Caesar that which is his. If Caesar wants the Queen of Hearts to be the fucking main investor or the president of the United States, fine. This is this profane garbage. I don't care. I don't care what happens in the sewer system. My concern is the order of God. Don't get it twisted. My concern is representing the martyrs. Okay? As long as I'm here, I will tell the truth about the heroes and the true definers of the culture, the warrior. Without the warrior, there is no culture. There's just a bunch of scared bitches like, what do we do now? You know? You mean I can't use my pussy powder to tell them what to do? Okay? Over time, technology allowed for dumb bitches to use their pussy power to tell people what to do. Before that, it was martial arts, Shaka Zulu type order. Okay? And obviously, I'm in a reduced sabotage form. You think someone as intelligent as I am couldn't forge my body effectively, okay, with a specific type of masculine focused intensity with this specific athletic fucking African-like body? Use your fucking head. Yes, they're sabotaging me. Yes, the whore that rode the beast has no right to represent the culture. Neither does her children. RNA. Martial art traditions, Western traditions of like father, like son, and their own wordplay when these people are in their ship. So what are we now talking about? We are still talking about the greater oppressor, the white society, having come to their land and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They are still the offspring of these people, yes, but they don't truly represent the culture, but they do represent victims who are being taken advantage of by a bunch of white Western rape cults. And in the core of them is these people that resemble elves, okay, with certain features. And I can back this up with countless facts. Just look at Homer, the Iliad, the Iliad. Look at the history of the chariots. You know, Helios riding a chariot. All these Greco-Roman deities riding chariots. Where did the chariot came from? It comes from the Middle East. It was used by the Hyksos. It then migrated through Crete to Greece and Rome.